And these are some of the terms that I talked to her about, because she's not yet an American citizen, but she's trying to get what's called a green card. And we'll read about a green card in our lesson. A green card is a work permit. It's given to foreigners to be able to stay in the United States to work. And so once she gets a green card, then she could become an American citizen after 5 years of working in the United States. But you have to get a green card before you can become a citizen. And so that means you have to hold a job in the United States unless you're married to an American citizen. And then you can become an American citizen after living in the United States for 7 years. And so
and how can we get the green card?
Yes, well, we're going to go over that in this lesson. The first thing that has to be done before you come to America is you have to get a visa. And it's much easier for a man to get a visa than a woman. The reason is the Vietnamese government is afraid that a woman is going to come to America and get married, and then they're going to lose her. But men generally always come back to Vietnam. So it's easier for a man to get a visa to go to America than it is a woman. So, but if you see the lesson there, I will read each sentence, and then I will have each of you read the sentence. So we're going to start with the word immigrant. Immigrant is a person who moves from their homeland to a new country to become a citizen. Okay, ladies go first. So Ayn, could you read that sentence, please? Immigrant.
Immigrant is a person who moves from their homeland to a new country to become a citizen.
Citizen, yes. And Ayn, do you have any questions about the word immigrant?
No, thanks. I understand all sentence.
All right. Very good. Okay, Kiet, could you read that sentence, please? Immigrant.
Immigrant, right? Immigrant.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, is a person who moves from their homeland to a new country to become a citizen.
Yes, yes, and I would love to see all of you come at least to visit me, if not to live here. Okay, Tung, could you read immigrant, please?
Yeah. Immigrant is a person who moves from their homeland to a new country to become a citizen.
Very good. All three of you did a good job on that sentence. Now, we have the word immigrate. Immigrate, the emphasis is on the last syllable, great. Immigrate. Immigrate, the process of moving from one country to another to live permanently. So if you're going to come to visit America, we would never say you're going to immigrate, because immigrate means you have the purpose to become a citizen permanently. Okay, Ayn, could you read immigrate?
Okay. Immigrate, the process of moving from one country to another to live permanently.
Permanently.
Permanently.
Permanently.
Permanently.
Yes, permanently. Yes,
Permanently.
that means for the rest of your life.
Permanently. Permanently.
Yeah, permanently.
Permanently. Permanently.
Yes, right. Okay. Kiet, can you read immigrate, please?
Immigrate, right? Immigrate.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
Immigrate, the process.
Process.
Process, right?
That's right, process.
Yeah. Process of moving from one country to another to live permanently.
Yes, permanently.
Permanently.
Yes. Yeah, that means with no intent to move back to your homeland. Okay. Tung, could you read that, please?
Yeah. Immigrate, the process of moving from one country to another to live permanently.
That's right. Very good.
That
Illegal
that work process or process. Bác David.
Yeah, we say process.
Process.
Yeah, the stress is on the first syllable.
Yeah.
Process.
Yes. Okay. Process.
Unfortunately, in English, we don't have tone marks, or it would tell you where the stress is on the syllable.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate in English. That means you just have to remember where the stress or the tone is, and that just means using it and practicing it. I'm going to tell the three of you a secret. The three best ways of learning English is number one, practice. Number two is very similar, practice. Number three, very similar, practice. Practice, practice, practice, and practice with each other whenever you can. Whenever you speak to each other, try to use English as practice. It's good practice. Okay. All righty. We'll go on to illegal immigrant. A person who comes into a country without permission or illegally. We have a big problem in America with so many people from Mexico coming across the border illegally, secretly, and they get jobs, and if no one finds out they're illegal, they stay here for the rest of their life because they want a better life. I teach a class at my local library on Saturdays in English, and all three of the Mexican ladies who are taking the class are here illegally, but they want to learn English so they can be here legally. But I'm not going to stop them from learning English because my job is to teach them English. That's what I love to do. And I love to teach the three of you English. Okay, Ein, can you read illegal immigrant, please?
Okay. Illegal immigrant. A person who comes into a country without permission or illegally.
That's right. Good. Okay. Kiet, can you read that, please?
Yes. Illegal immigrant. A person who comes into a country. Yes. What word? Comes, right?
Yeah, comes.
Yeah, comes into a country without permission or illegally. Oh.
Illegally, right.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, Tung, could you read immigrant, please?
Yes. Illegal immigrant, a person who comes into a country without permission or illegally.
Yes, illegally. Good. Okay, a resident. A resident is a person who lives in a certain place. I am a resident of Colorado. Okay, Ein, could you read resident?
Okay. Resident is a person who lives in a certain place. You are a resident of Colorado.
Yes. When I lived in Hanoi, I was a resident of Hanoi and a resident of Vietnam because that's where I live. Okay. Could you read resident?
Yes. Resident is a person who lives in a certain place. You are a resident of Colorado.
Yes. Okay. Tung, could you read resident, please?
Yes. Resident is a person who lives in a certain place. You are a resident of Colorado.
Good. Very good. Native. You are a native of the country you were born in. You will never become a native of a country you were not born in, only where you were born. So all of you are natives of Vietnam, and I am a native of the United States. So a native is the country you were born in. You're a native of that country. Okay, Ayn, can you read native, please?
Okay. Native. You are a native of the country you were born in. You will never become a native of a country you were not born in, only where you were born.
Okay, good. Get native, please.
Native. You are a native of the country you were born in. You will never become a native of a country you were not born in, only where you were born.
That's right. Okay, good. Okay, Jung, native.
Yeah. Native. You are a native of the country you were born in. You will never become a native of a country you were not born in, only where you were born.
Yes. Okay, foreigner. Hey, I'm a foreigner when I'm in Vietnam. A person who either visits or lives in a country that is not your native country. Okay. Ayn, can you read foreigner?
Okay. Foreigner. A person who either visits or lives in a country that is not your native country.
Yes. Okay, Kiet, foreigner.
Foreigner. A person who either visits or lives in a country that is not your native country.
Yes, when I first moved to Hanoi, all the little children would point at me and say to their mother, Tay, Tay, Tay, Tay. I said, what's a Tay?
Yeah, you are Tây in Vietnam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
how about the local people?
The local people, yeah, in Hanoi, they would always look at me, and they would probably think, without saying it, Tay, a foreigner. Yeah, because everybody could tell I was not Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And I was Bao Qua, was very fat, and so I weighed 100 kilos first came to Vietnam, but now I weigh 80 kilos, so I've lost a lot of weight as a result. Okay, Jung, can you read foreigner, please?
Yes. Foreigner. A person who either visits or lives in a country that is not your native country.
Yes, it's much easier for me to teach the three of you than it is for me to teach the Spanish Mexican people because I do not speak Spanish, but I speak a little bit of Vietnamese. Tôi nói tiếng Việt một chút. I speak a little bit of Vietnamese. Okay, very good. Okay, citizen. Citizen is a person who was either born in a country or received citizenship by either marrying a citizen or getting their own citizenship by passing all the necessary requirements and tests. So that's the way you get citizenship, become a citizen.
Yeah.
Okay, Ein, can you read citizen, please?
Okay. Citizen is a person who was either born in the country or received citizenship by either marrying a citizen or getting their own citizenship by passing on the necessary requirements and tests.
Yes, good. Okay, get citizen, please.
Citizens is a person who was either born in the country or received citizenship by either marrying a citizen or getting their own citizenship by passing on the necessary, right?
Necessary.
Where the stress.
It's on the last syllable. Necessary. Necessary.
Yeah, necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Necessary requirement and test.
Good. Yes, that's right. You put the syllable stress on the last syllable. Necessary. Yes. When I lived in Hanoi, I had a lady in my class who was divorced, and she was 48 years old. She was one of my oldest students.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very rich. And she said, if you marry me, I will pay you $30,000.
Wow.
And I said, whoa, that's a lot of money. And she says, yes, but I want to go to America, and it's the only way I can get to America. And I said, but I don't want to get married. And she says, well, don't worry. We could get divorced as soon as we go to America.
Oh.
And I said, no, I can't do that. That's not right. I said, I'm happy being single. So, and being MİNH.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Tung, can you read that, please?
Yep.
And citizen.
Citizen is a person who was either born in the country or received citizenship by either marrying a citizen or getting their own citizenship by passing on the necessary requirements and tests.
Good, very good. All of you are making good progress on your vocabulary pronunciation. Very good. I'm happy with you. Citizenship is the right to all privileges and laws of the land where you become a citizen. Okay. Ein, can you read citizenship, please?
Citizenship is the right. Citizenship is the right to own privileges and laws of the land.
Privileges. Yeah, privileges.
Privileges.
The stress is on the first syllable. Privileges.
Không học được đọc ra đây. Privileges.
It's a hard word.
But
it is a hard word. Because it has so many.
Can you slow pronunciation?
Yes.
Please?
Yes. Privileges.
Privileges.
Yes. The stress is on that very first syllable.
Privileges.
Yes, that's right. PRI is a stress. Privileges.
Privileges.
Good. You got it.
Privileges. Citizenship is the right to own privileges and laws of the land where you become a citizen.
A citizen. Yes.
Citizen.
Good. Okay. Can you read that same thing, citizenship, please, Kiet?
Citizenship is the right to own privileges and
Yep.
laws of the land where you become a citizen.
That's right. Okay. Tung, citizenship.
Yeah. Citizenship is the
Privilege.
right
Privilege.
to all privileges and laws of the land where you become a citizen.
Good. And the first right, when you become a citizenship of the United States, the very first right you receive is the right to vote and to elect the president and to elect the senators and elect the people in government. And so you have the right to make a decision who is to become the president, and your vote counts. Okay? Homesick. Homesick is a sadness you feel when you leave your native country for another country. You miss all that is familiar to you as well as your family left behind. Now, when I came to Hanoi in 2003, I was 57 years old. I was not married. I was divorced. And I thought I will stay for 6 months and teach, and then I will go back to America. But I was very homesick for America. I was so homesick because I did not know one person when I came to Vietnam. I had no friends in Vietnam, and I came without any family. And I remember one day I was so homesick that I cried, and I thought, I'm going back to America tonight. And just then, somebody came to my door with a letter from one of my students. And my students were your age, in their 20s and 30s. And the letter said, "Dear Mr. David, we want to encourage you as a class to stay in Vietnam for the rest of your life. We will take care of you as if you were our papa." Well, that made me cry more because I was so touched in my heart that my students wanted me to stay that I decided to stay. And I would have been living in Vietnam now, except I had a heart attack and had to come back to America after 9 years in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
So, tôi yêu Vietnam.
Yeah.
My heart is Vietnam.
Yeah.
And now, when I would go from Vietnam to America, I felt homesick for Vietnam.
Oh.
So then I Vietnam
Mm-hmm.
because Vietnam is like my second homeland.
Yes. Yes.
So I hope to
got
see
that.
the three of you in person in October. I hope to make a trip back to Vietnam.
Wow.
So I hope to see you in person.
Yeah. Welcome you.
Yeah, and I will give you all big ohms, big hugs. Yeah. Okay. Ein, could you read homesick, please?
Okay. Homesick is a sadness you feel when you leave your native country for another country. You miss all that is familiar to you
Yep.
as well as
Yes.
your family left behind.
Yes. And I was reading this with my class Saturday, and one girl said she didn't miss her family when she left Mexico as much as she missed the Mexican food. She said, I missed the food more than I missed the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Kiet, can you read homesick, please?
Homesick is a sadness you feel when you leave your native country for another country. You miss all that is familiar to you as well as your family left behind.
Okay, good. Now you pronounce every word correctly. Okay, Tung, homesick.
Yeah. Homesick is a sadness you feel when you leave your native country for another country. You miss all that is familiar to you as well as your family left behind.
Very good. And the reason I have this painting on the wall in back of me of the Mekong Delta is because it makes me feel more like I'm back in Vietnam sometimes. So
Yeah.
I bring, of course, Vietnam is in my heart, so I never go very far from Vietnam. Okay, very good. Culture shock. Culture shock is what you feel when you come to a new country and nothing is familiar to you. Like the food is different, the language is different, the people are different, the customs are different, everything is different.
Yes.
But one day when I was in Vietnam, it helped me because I looked up at the sky, and the sky was the same in Vietnam as it is in the United States. So then I said, that's something that's familiar. When I'm homesick, I can always look up at the sky.
Okay.
I would be looking up a lot. Okay.
And you will have a lot of culture shock when you come to Vietnam.
Yes, I probably will because it's been 10 years since I was last in Vietnam. So I left Vietnam in 2012, so it's been 10 years. So I imagine things have changed a lot in Vietnam in 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think, Ayn, I'll ask you first. Ayn, what has changed the most in Vietnam in the last 10 years?
I think the most change is generation. Like the young people, the young people lớn lên
Major grow.
The young people grow and they have different accent like us before. Like the lifestyle.
The
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, lifestyle. Yes.
Lifestyle.
Well, when I
the children in Vietnam grow fast. Yeah. I don't know how to say.
Well, maybe they don't carry on the traditions of the older generation.
Yes.
Maybe they become more Western in their thinking and in their clothes.
They become more Korean.
Yeah, kind of like more Korean. Yes. Yeah, modern and kind of they don't respect the old people like they used to 10 years ago. Yes.
Like that.
Well, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Ayn, can you read culture shock, please?
Okay. Culture shock is what you feel when you come to a new country and nothing is familiar to you.
Okay, good.
Nothing.
Okay, Kiet, culture shock.
Culture shock is what you feel when you come to a new country and nothing is familiar to you.
Yes, very good. Okay, Tung, culture shock.
Yeah. Culture shock is what you feel when you come to a new country and nothing is familiar to you.
Yes, very good. Native American. Native American are people whose ancestors were born in America many generations ago. For example, now my mother and father were born here in Colorado, where I was born. They were even born in the same city, Denver, where I was born. And my grandparents were all born in Colorado. But there are Native Americans whose grandparents and ancestors were born here 200 years ago. Those are Native Americans. They came not another country, but they were born, all their ancestors were born here hundreds of years ago. Those are Native Americans. We sometimes call them American Indians. They're kind of like your Hmong and your tribal people. Those are natives who were born here long ago. Ein, can you read Native American?
Okay. Native American are people whose ancestors were born in America many generations ago.
Yes, very good. Okay. Kiet?
Ago.
Native American are people whose ancestors were born in America many generations ago.
Yes. Very good. Okay. Tom, can you
Yes.
Native American?
Yes. Native American are people whose ancestors were born in America many generations ago.
Good. Visa, a document in your passport that grants you permission to enter a foreign country. And you need a visa to go to other countries except those in Southeast Asia. I don't think you need a visa to go to Malaysia or Laos or Cambodia, but I think you need a visa to go to China or Russia in America. Okay, Ein, could you read visa, please?
Visa, a document in your passport that grants you permission to enter a foreign country.
Okay, good. Okay, Kiet, visa.
Visa, a document in your passport that grants you permission to enter a foreign country.
Okay. Kiet, have you ever traveled outside of Vietnam?
Yes, I travel to Thailand.
Did you need a visa?
Yes. Oh no.
No.
We need the
You just need a passport.
but passport. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I just need
Okay.
passport.
Passport.
And Ein, have you ever traveled outside Vietnam?
Yes, several times. I travel to Thailand, Philippines, Korea, and Cambodia.
Oh, did you need a visa
Singapore.
to go to Korea?
Yes, I did.
Uh-huh.
I went to
Okay.
Korea 5 years ago.
Uh-huh. Did you need a visa when you went to the Philippines?
No, I don't need visa to go to the Philippines, but I need a visa when I went to Korea.
Okay, very good.
All Vietnamese don't need visa when going another country in Asia.
Yes.
Not Asia. It's Asia. Đông Nam Á là.
Yeah, it's I know. The Asian, ASEAN. Yes, Asian. Yeah, the federations, they agree to cooperate with each other. Or you don't need a okay.
Yes,
Let's
Asia.
see.
ASEAN.
That's right. Yeah, ASEAN, right. Okay. Okay, we'll go on to a green card now, although we haven't all had a chance to read. A green card is a work permit given to foreigners to be able to stay in the U.S. to work. Okay. Ein, can you read a green card, please?
A green card is a work permit given to foreigners to be able to stay in the U.S. to work.
Yes, you need a green card if you're going to work here. Okay, Kiet, can you read a green card, please?
A green card is a work permit given to foreigners to be able to stay in the US to work.
Yes. Okay, Tung, a green card, please.
Yes. A green card is a work permit given to foreigners to be able to stay in the US to work.
Good. And when I ask my students here in the United States who've come from Guatemala and different countries to America, I ask them, why have you come here? And they all say, for a better life. A better life. Most people want to move to the U.S. to have a better life. Okay, Ein, could you read A Better Life, please?
A better life. Most people want to move to the US to have a better life.
And Ein, if you could live in any other country other than Vietnam, where would you love to live?
I would love to live in Europe. Some country in Europe like Netherlands, Sweden.
Netherlands? Yes. Yes. Yes, those are beautiful countries. I visited the Netherlands, and it's a beautiful country, especially in April when all the tulips are in bloom. Beautiful flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're known for their beautiful flowers.
yeah.
Okay, Kiet, A Better Life.
A better life. Most people want to move to the US to have a better life.
Yes. And the United Nations did a study on the happiest people in the world, and they're mostly in Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Norway, Finland, and the Netherlands, and the European countries, not in America, because a lot of Americans are unhappy. Right now, we're having a very big problem in America with school children killing other children. We just had an 18-year-old kill 21 people with a gun last week. It's a big problem in America with people shooting many people with a gun. So it's not a happy country, unfortunately. I feel much safer living in Vietnam than in the United States. I don't own a gun. I don't believe in having a gun, and I don't believe in killing. So I don't like it that there's so much killing in the United States by guns. Okay, Tung, could you read A Better Life, please?
Yes. A better life. Most people want to move to the US to have a better life.
Okay, good. The American dream. We have a saying in America, the American dream. The American dream is the dream that each family in the U.S. can own their own home and have enough food and money to be comfortable, as well as have a good education and find happiness. Okay, Ein, could you read The American Dream?
The American dream is the dreams that each family in the U.S. can own their own home and have enough food and money to be comfortable, as well as
Good.
have a good education and find happiness.
Yes. Yes. In our American Constitution, we have the words that man is entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay? Kiet, could you read The American Dream, please?
The American dream is the dream that each family in the US can own their own home and have enough food and money to be comfortable, as well as have a good education and find happiness.
Yes, good. Okay, Tung, could you read The American Dream, please?
Yes. The American dream is the dream that each family in the US can own their own home and have enough food and money to be comfortable, as well as have good education and find happiness.